Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Weekly Entertainment, your source for madcap mayhem and broadcast journalism. We've actually been on hiatus for, I think, the past 3 weeks, and we're back here in the studio and ready to bring you lots of awesome entertainment. We took a little summer break, but I was still busy. That's right. As you'll see later on in the show, I visited a few summer festivals. That's right. I visited the Wyandotte Street Art Fair. Had a great time. Me and my filming partner went down there, and we just had a wonderful time. Had sampled some great food, and in the same night, we visited the Trenton Uncle Sam Jam. I apologize. I had to think about that for a second. I just do so much, and my life is so full of adventure that I forget what I'm doing from time to time. Well, we have some great music for you tonight. We're going to be sampling that, so get the kids in the room. Or if you're a fan of 80s rock, you'll want to stay tuned for this. This is going to be exciting. We have a huge surprise for you later on in the show. And another thing I've done over the past 3 weeks that we've been on break, it's the summer blockbuster movie season, and I had a chance to take in a whole bunch of films. And some of them were good, some of them not so good, but I'm always willing to take one for the Weekly Entertainment team. All right, well, again, hey, if you want to be on the show, as a matter of fact, I have some great guests lined up. Coming soon to the studio, we're going to have UGA, Underground Affiliate, back in the studio right here. That's right, UGA, you might remember him from when Crazy Mark was hosting the show. He's our resident rap artist, so we're going to have him back in and see what UGA has been up to, and he's got some great stuff in the works that you want to check out. And even one event we're cooking up that includes yours truly. See, my mind, it just keeps going. I got so much stuff going on that I tend to stumble every once in a while, but that's the me you've come to know and love here at Weekly Entertainment. But, yes, we have a lot of exciting announcements coming up in the future, folks. I don't want to say anything now. I don't want to give away any spoilers, but we have a lot of really big events coming. But that being said, yes, UGA is going to be visiting us again. And let's see who else. Carson Randolph, owner of PickGuy.com. He's going to be joining us in the studio within the next couple weeks here. He's met so many awesome celebrities. He can tell you a million different rock and roll stories. And he's also a purveyor of perfect guitar picks. And you can even call him up and he'll make you a custom-made guitar pick. He'll, a big jar of them too at very reasonable prices. I know I have sampled some of his products. I'm a guitar player, and he has a very innovative and cool business, and if you need something personalized, he can even put your face on a guitar pick, so how cool is that? So we're going to be talking to him. He's a good friend of mine, and hopefully he'll become a good friend of yours. So stay tuned for that in the future. Hopefully within the next week or so we can get that set up. Well, it's time to jump right into the Weekly Entertainment summer festivities. That's right. And we're going to recap a few of the things I did over my summer vacation. Again, I'd like to welcome everyone back to the studio. I'd like to thank Ian Smith, the super producer, and we'll be back. All right, welcome back to Weekly Entertainment, ladies and gentlemen, your source for madcap mayhem and broadcast journalism. We have a very exciting show for you today. So make sure to grab the kids, bring them in the front room, and make yourself a big bucket of buttered popcorn, because we're back for another week of, again, madcap mayhem and broadcast journalism. I need to start selling t-shirts that say that. I'm your host. There I am. And again, if you want to be on the show, we have some exciting guests lined up, and if you are just as exciting as UGA or Carson Randolph, you'll want to send us an email, care of the website. There it is, weeklyentertainment.org. Send us an email, and you too can be right here in the studio with me, and we'll interview you. We're very open to anything. If you're a juggler, sword swallower, if you're a band, a singer, if you do art, if you're a writer. We've ran the whole gamut of guests on the show, and we've had a gaggle of giggles here at Weekly Entertainment. So if you want to be part of that, just send us an email. Well, here it is, the summertime, and as I was saying, we had 3 weeks off in the show, but now we're back, and I've seen a lot of movies. Let's see, well, I'll just give you a quick rundown of the ones I've seen. The first one would have to be Pacific Rim. I liked it. It's getting panned by the critics, but I personally loved it. Who doesn't love giant robots fighting giant monsters? I mean, how cool is that? It's just awesome. But then again, I loved Robot Jocks. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's a movie that came out in the '90s that was very similar to Pacific Rim, but the technology wasn't quite there. So if you want to see what I'm talking about, check out Robot Jocks. Awesome movie. Still the same, crash and burn. The next movie I saw was The Conjuring. Me and my good friend Deborah went to go see that movie, and it was pretty scary, ladies and gentlemen. It's still number one at the box office, and pretty scary. Don't see it at the 11 o'clock show because it's going to keep you up all night. Seriously. Despicable Me, extremely cute. Who doesn't love the Minions? I love their little language. They came up with their own language for the Minions, and I just thought it was absolutely brilliant. Funny, had lots of funny, cute moments, and a lot of stuff for the adults too. And great movie. I highly recommend Despicable Me 2. And last but not least, Turbo, the new DreamWorks cartoon about a snail. I almost said squirrel. A snail that wants to be in the Indy 500, and he gains special powers of super speed, like the Flash, the character, the comic book, the Flash, and he can literally move along at 250 miles an hour. So, and these are his adventures. It was okay. It had some very cute moments. It was, it had its funny moments, but it just seemed like a rehash of the movie Cars. Well, that was my movie summer blockbuster recap. I did not see any of the huge, The Lone Ranger just didn't interest me. I haven't seen Wolverine yet, but maybe this weekend, and we'll have that for you next week on the show. Well, let's jump right into the summer festivals. That's right, we have lots of footage. We attended 2 big ones, and can I just ask one thing? I've attended a lot of these, covering different various festivals for the show over the summer. Can I just ask you, what is it with guys wearing sunglasses on the back of their heads like that? What is that? What is that supposed to look like? It's not comfortable. It feels like it would fall off at any minute. So if anyone out there can tell me what the thing is with putting the sunglasses on the back of your head, please send me an email, care of the website, because I frankly do not understand that. But oh well, that's just one of those little things that just grinds my gears. Well, moving right along, we're going to check out the Wyandotte Street Art Festival. A lot of fun, a lot of people. It was almost in the hundreds. I mean, here it is, here it is August 1st, and it's in the 70s. That's Michigan weather for you. But the Wyandotte Street Art Fair, it's an annual thing. They have it on Main Street, right by the waterfront in Wyandotte, and tons of art vendors, lots of fun, great music, great times, and we were there to cover it for you. Right off the bat, they have this really cool, it's called a living statue, and I'd really like to get this guy on the show, so let's check it out, shall we? Wyandotte Street Art Fair.
Sometimes it is hard to make a change. Seems so strange when things don't stay the same. Gotta keep moving on. Don't let it waste your time.
awesome. What isn't a street fair without the butterfly potato chips?
I'll just play them with them walking by.
That was my co-host Debbie. She's here with us today.
Oh, she's got a big old tap on my head.
This looks like the food court, ladies and gentlemen. Let's check it out. Hello and welcome to Weekly Entertainment, ladies and gentlemen. We're here in Wyandotte, Michigan at the wonderful, beautiful Wyandotte Street Art Fair. This is an annual thing, so make sure you mark your calendars next year and bring the kids. It's a family-friendly event. As you can see, we're going to go check out some awesome live music, and we'll be back with that, and we're going to have more festivities on the show for you this week, and so stay tuned. Let me put my sunglasses on backwards. Okay, wow, fat people walking like zombies. But the statue was really cool. Okay, real quick. Actually, last weekend it was my birthday, which we celebrated. So we have some pictures from that. Can we throw one of those up on the screen there? There we go. That's my birthday cake. We celebrated at this little bar in Taylor, Michigan. It was kind of a impromptu celebration there. That's my wonderful cake. Let's see what we got next. What we got? Oh, hey, there's me. That's Matt on the left and Trevor on the right there, and both a couple of really good friends of mine. Let's move it right along. We were having a great time, throwing up the horns. That's Trevor giving us some entertainment. He's did some freestyle rap up on the stage. Hey, just had a blast. He actually did a really good job. He's the singer in my rock band, which we're going to talk about in future shows. But let's move right along. Let's see what we got here. Hey, there's me and Matt again. Me looking extremely metal, such a tough guy there. And Matt's just the greatest guy in the world. Let's move right along. That's me with a half-eaten birthday cake. Awesome. This seems to be a thing we got going on there, but let's move right along. Hey, there's Kelly, a good friend of mine. Hey, what do you know? And she was nice enough to make it down there for the festivities. And is that the last picture? Yep, I guess that was it, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to thank everyone for coming out. Let's thank Debbie, Kelly, Matt, and Trevor for joining me for my 41st birthday bash. Can you believe it? I feel so old. But hey, we have more wonderful Wyandotte Street Art Fair footage for you, which we're going to take a look at now. And stay tuned for the awesome surprise we got for you later on in the show. We're going to close things out with a bang, and you want to get ready for that. So let's check out some more of that wonderful Wyandotte footage. Here we go.
Last song.
Oh, Debbie, are you having a good time?
Very good.
Cool, are you sure? Would you recommend it?
Yes.
Awesome. Hear that, folks? She recommends the Wyandotte Street Art Fair. We got some good entertainment here right on the corner. And welcome back to Weekly Entertainment. We're here in beautiful, beautiful downtown Wyandotte. And now we checked out the Wyandotte Street Fair. We saw some great bands and some local arts and crafts, and of course the food. Who can forget the food? Especially me. I like to eat. Okay, all of you know me out there. I'm a man that likes his food, especially those butterfly chips and the elephant ears. Well, now we're taking in some of the local architecture. This is the Marks home, which I guess was owned by someone in the Marx Brothers family, and it was built in 1862. And there's this whole strip is nothing but a bunch of museums and historical houses and buildings. Some of them are just absolutely beautiful. So if you're in the area, if you're in downtown Wyandotte, make sure you come check out the local architecture, not to mention all the fun stuff that goes on in downtown Wyandotte. But remember to mark your calendars next year for the Wyandotte Street Art Fair. Now we're going to go to a totally different festival. This is the last few festivals of the year, and we're going to cram them all into one day. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Scratching behind my ears there. But yes, I have my sunglasses firmly ensconced on the back of my head, just like, you know, I didn't have time to edit those videos, and I apologize for the poor quality of them. I didn't realize we were seeing nothing but a bunch of frumpy looking butts. Okay, but I digress once again. We had a wonderful time at the street festival, and I'd like to thank them for having us down there and allowing our cameras. Well, the next one, which was actually the same night we attended, was the Trenton Uncle Sam Jam. And this was an extremely cool concept for a summer festival because it's completely different. Yes, they have the, you know, scary carnival throw-up rides and the same, you know, elephant ears and your usual carnival fare as far as food. But they also had a huge concert venue, and they had a couple really big name bands playing, namely Candlebox and the band Skid Row. I'm sure you guys remember Candlebox and Skid Row, don't you? Especially our younger listeners, probably not. But it was really extremely cool. There was a lot of people. It was a fun event. It was open to all ages. And there was no rowdy people. It was just, everyone was very cool, and it seems like everyone was there just to have a good time. You know, you go to a lot of these free concerts, and it turns into either, you know, a marijuana fest, or you have a bunch of drunken morons who end up fighting and just being completely rowdy. This was something you could have taken your kids to, and a lot of people did. There was a lot of children in the audience, and I thought it was very cool that families are exposing their children to music they wouldn't normally hear, because I know Candlebox, they were popular. I think they had one hit back in 1991, and of course Skid Row was very big back then as well, the hair metal days. And you know, hey, maybe some of the kids will actually get into that kind of music, the 80s hair metal. I know I'm still a fan, and but it was good. Candlebox was awesome, the original lineup. Skid Row was also good, but they didn't have Sebastian Bach, and I was a little disappointed. You know, I wasn't sure going into it. And, you know, and when they announced who was performing and it wasn't Sebastian Bach, I was like, oh, I almost wanted to get up and leave. But once they started actually playing, it was very cool. I've actually met Scotty Hill, the lead guitar player for the band. I met him a while ago, and he's just a really cool, awesome guy. So, of course, I'm going to stay around to see him play with the rest of Skid Row. And here's my big surprise, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. We're going to check out a little bit of the Trenton Festival, and then we're going to move on to bigger things. So we'll be back. Uncle Sam Jam, and as you can see, we have a monster trucks. I mean, what doesn't tell you summer like monster truck rides? I don't think I'm going to be partaking in that, but that's pretty cool though. So we just got here and we're going to go inside right now and see what else we have in store before my door gets taken off of my car. Oh my god. Oh. But then again, nothing says summer like a monster truck, does it, ladies and gentlemen? And seeing the bunch of the backs of people's heads. But we'll try a little bit better next time. I apologize for that. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in again this week. We had a 3-week hiatus there, but we are back in the studio. We always like to come out strong right out of the steeple, but here we go. Again, if you'd like to be a guest on the show, this is our final segment. This is the waning moments of the show, and if you'd like to be a guest, send us an email here at the website, and we will have you right here in the studio for a half-hour interview. That's right, so you can promote your product and pimp whatever you want to pimp. And accept yourself. Okay, we got to keep it clean. I've been getting too many emails of... You wouldn't believe some of the emails I get. We'll talk about that in a later show, but I still don't know what a cuckold is. I have no idea. But if you know, send me an email. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. You remember them from the 1980s. Sebastian Bach, Scotty Hill, the Snake, Sabo, and all the rest of the members of Skid Row. Well, here they are with their smash hit single. Actually, this doesn't include Sebastian Bach. This is their new singer. I do not know his name. I apologize. But coming to you from the Trenton Uncle Sam Jam, here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Get the kids in the room right now because you'll want to check out Skid Row with their smash hit, I Remember You. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's check it out. I know I'm excited, so get ready to rock. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. cool was that, ladies and gentlemen? Don't say we never give you anything here at Weekly Entertainment. Skid Row, awesome. That was a lot of fun. It sounded great. I mean, it sounded just like the record, didn't it? Well, that's it for the show today. We've covered a lot of fun summer activities. I think we have one more festival coming up we're going to cover. And then we're moving on to fall, but we have a lot of great things coming up, a lot of very special guests that are going to be right here in the studio at Weekly Entertainment. And we also have a festival we're planning in the works of our very own, which is going to feature me, my band, and UGA is going to be appearing as well, and some of his bands that he knows of. And stay tuned for more details. We're still hashing things out right now, looking for a venue, but we're going to have Weekly Entertainment Fest coming up. That's right. We're shooting for October. That's all I'm going to say right now, so keep tuned to this station and look for further details. Well, ladies and gentlemen, good night. Tune in next week for more Madcap Mayhem and broadcast journalism. Good night.